I'm a liar living a double life, destroying my own soul. Who am I on the surface? I'm a professional, lots of responsibility, people working under my leadership, give public presentations, etc. Family man, multiple kids, religious person, but I am not true to anyone, those in private. Living a double life. I am a liar, porn addict for 20 plus years, massage parlors, escort services, sugar dating sites, recently have even done gay things against my own attractions and beliefs. Even when I have gotten help, I've behaved for a while, then fell back into it, and lied to my therapist and support group and put the veneer back on. I've put my family at risk sharing pic of my wife online. I am so good at lying. I'm a professional liar. My wife does not know the details of my problems at all. But she knows I'm just off. And she does not have sex with me anymore, which makes it worse. This is not the life I want. How should I apologize when I stole from a dollar store? I stole $4 cards and a bunch of candy from a local dollar store over a period of a few weeks. The manager saw me and banned me. Stole around $120 worth of stuff. I'm feeling bad about it. I'm planning to give back the money and the items that I have left. How do I apologize to the manager so I can be let in again? I've had schizophrenia for 2 years and haven't told anyone. I've been struggling with hearing voices the past 2 to 3 years. It started after I smoked weed daily for 2 years. I often hear whispers when I think I'm being watched, sometimes negative, sometimes positive. Recently they started to suggest that I do things. Most it's been good. They'll say talk to this person more or ask that girl out, etc. Sometimes they say don't let such and such disrespect you like that, do something. I can't tell my parents as my mom warned me about the link between schizophrenia and weed. She said she will refuse to help me if I claim to have it. I don't want to tell anyone else as there's so much stigma around people faking mental illness nowadays. I doubt anyone would believe me and I understand that. I'm not sure what to do if it will go away, as some days I don't hear anything but others it's very loud. Messed up. I told a close friend that I smoke weed and I regret it. I've been smoking weed for 3 weeks now. I'm not going to lie, I'm underage. I've been going through a lot. In the last 3 months my aunt had died unfairly, my parents have been going through a rough patch, my school days are abnormally long and hard as I am in all the most advanced classes and take morning and afternoon classes, and with my sports I constantly have 12-hour school days. My grades and life are falling apart, so I turned to a friend that I knew smoked weed and bought some from them. I had felt relaxed for the first time in over a year. Now here's where I messed up. I have another friend who I've had a crush on for years. She's a close friend. She posted a Ask Me Anything prompt on her Snap and I asked her anonymously if she did weed. She said yes, and I asked her if she would like to smoke with me without being anonymous. I instantly regretted it, but before I could delete the message she saw it. She was surprised that I smoked, as I have always been the good kid. She said she's fine with it, but I'm not so sure. I think I just lost a friend. I don't know what to do. I want to take it back but I can't, and now I just need help doing damage control. Edit. To clarify, I'm 17 and Canadian. Pretended to do a trick underwater and got Star of the Week. When I was in primary school, UK, we did weekly swimming lessons at a local swimming place and I was put in the lower group because I was crap at swimming, LMFAO. Anyways, I got better and moved up to the better group in the big pool. We had to do tricks and other hard stuff when I could just about swim without armbands, so you know I was not doing none of that. One week the teacher tells us to do this underwater flip roll thing and everyone did it except me. I swam down so she couldn't see me, and when I came up I screamed I did it. And she clapped. I ended up getting Star of the Week and a sticker, but this one girl who was next to me in the pool low-key knew I was a fraud and gave me the side eye for the rest of the day. Respect to her for letting me live my fantasy. Lie to my parents where I am to volunteer at a doggy daycare. I'm in high school and when I go home early I'll take the bus to a doggy daycare. I know the owners and they like it when I come. I have access to the building and everything, so it's okay. My parents are nice, but they think I spend too much time there. They want me to focus on school and spending time with friends and family. But most of my friends can't hang out that often, and my mom and dad work, so I'll be lonely most of the time. I'm doing well in school too, so my grades are not suffering. So I'll tell my parents I'm hanging out with a friend while I'm there, helping the workers, hanging out with the older or lonelier dogs. I also find that it has really helped me mentally and I'm happier. I usually get really tired and anxious after school and spend my time feeling bad, so I figure it won't hurt. I get happier and the dogs gets attention. I've been doing this for a month now, so they know me and I think they enjoy it because they'll get really happy when they see me and either play or cuddle. Just to clarify, my parents are nice and both my mom and my dad have been there and they're fine with me going sometimes, like visiting for an hour or so once a week. The reason I have to tell them I'm with someone else is so I can go 3x a week for 2 to 3 hours to really spend time with everyone since they aren't there every day or even week. I stole Pop-Tarts from my high school cafeteria daily. A few years ago, my junior year of high school, when I would get lunch at school, I would purposely wear a hoodie so I can sneak the Pop-Tart packet in and put my phone in the same pocket because they are both the length as each other, so it didn't seem sus. I didn't want my mom seeing I bought Pop-Tarts with my lunch money, so I just kinda ninja my way in and out without getting caught once. Told lies about myself when I was younger and I'm having a hard time dealing with it. I told this person in middle school lies about myself and I'm worried about it. I told them that my mom is an addict, I don't have a father, and I have an abusive drug dealer stepfather, and that I'm poor. None of these things are true at all. I told them these things a long time ago, and I also told them to 2 other people, and I told them the truth, and it went fine, but I'm worried about this person because I heard they tried to kill themselves last year, and I feel like if I tell them the truth that they try to kill themselves again. I know it's an overreaction, but I worry about stuff like that. I couldn't have that guilt on my consciousness. This person also has a tough life, no father, strapped for money. I feel awful about it. Some days I'll feel okay and I'll think that it doesn't matter what they think about me and it doesn't affect my life or theirs, but I want to tell them, but I feel like they might want to kill themselves again and it would be my fault. What should I do? Am I overreacting? I could use some advice on this if you have any. Edit. I don't know if this changes anyone's opinions on anything, but I told these lies to this person over text like 2.5 years ago. I just felt like adding some details if it even matters. My mother-in-law was poisoning me, then I found out why. Everyone has their own nightmare-in-law story, though I couldn't imagine how bad mine would be. As it turns out, the worst thing wasn't my mother-in-law poisoning me, the worst thing was why she did it. I met Craig on one of my rare vacations and we had sort of a whirlwind relationship. We fell hard for each other and were married in a courthouse wedding within 2 months without ever meeting each other's families. Mine visited a few weeks later and after their initial shock really liked Craig. While we got moved in together and figured out married life, I got to hear more about his parents who lived near the rest of his extended family a few hours away, though we never saw them. My work schedule is rough. I work 6 to 7 days a week and my off days are a blur of appointments and errands. I think in the 2 years before I met Craig I only left the city once. I finally got a few days off so we could head to visit his family about 6 months later. His whole family came over and everyone seemed thrilled to meet me, except for his mom, Betsy. She was cold and distant, and could sit there without saying a single word to me. It was creepy, but I kept trying to spark up a conversation. On our last day he announced that we should take an afternoon hike up into the national park their house sat on the edge of. Betsy made lunch and I was changing to go out when it hit me, just waves of nausea. I wound up in the bathroom for hours that afternoon. I slept with my boss. Me, I'm 27, got the opportunity to work outside the country for 4 times the amount of money. 3 months out of the country, 1 month on leave at home. Me and my girlfriend, F25 at the time, were very in love and never fought. Everything was good. I started my first 3 months and we started fighting a lot over reasons that she is very anxious and overthinks way too much. We were together for 2 years and she left me after 37 days of being out of the country. The same day she left me I slept with my boss, F52. Just for some context, me and my girlfriend never slept together as she was always self-conscious and anxious about everything and just couldn't let loose. The day she broke up with me I slept with my boss. We were watching movies and one thing led to another. The following day my ex-GF wants to get back together and says it was the worst mistake of her life and that entire story. I replied and said let's wait until I'm back and we can talk, as I still want to sleep with my boss as I've been deprived of any sex for 2 years. So me and my boss have been fucking everywhere we can and anytime we can, but have started to develop real feelings for each other as we do have a connection also. During all this time I've been talking to my ex and suddenly she wants to do all this kinky sexual things I want to try, as if she wants to win me back suddenly, but I feel like if she wanted to she would have when we were together. Now I'm going back in 2 weeks and I have no idea what to actually do.